feeling good about everything.
How nerve-wracking is the experience?
I'm mentally drained, physically drained, but you know, this was another evaluation. You know, it came and it went, and on to, you know, next private workouts and soon to be draft day.
How hard has it been leading up to a day like this?
Especially me, not really expecting all this, and for this to finally be here and I'm going through it, it's a little nerve-wracking, but you know, just want to make the most of, you know, like a day like today in the combine, so you feel good about everything when it's all said and done.
How much does it help to have Coach Etzel have the NFL connections he has?
Oh, definitely. He's more popular than anybody I know on that level. But you know, a guy like him, he's a great coach and well respected around the country.
Marcus, what have you learned over the past 4 or 5 weeks?
Work hard, and you know, hopefully it'll pay off. You know, I've been going hard for the past 2 months, just for, you know, for the All-Star game, for the combine, and for today, and just to know that, you know, after all that hard work, you know, you finally come out here and you perform well. It's just a tribute to what hard work can bring you.
Can you talk about that? And
if you understand me, laid back, that's just how I am, laid back and relaxed, calm, cool, and collected. But knowing where I came from, this didn't really seem like, you know, this day or, you know, any of these days, whatever comes. So I'm soaking it all in, enjoying this experience, and just trying to make the most of it while it's here.
Did Coach Eller give you any tips there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I already know I'm tight in the hips, but and route running can always improve. But you know, he said he commended me. He said I did a pretty good job out there. Still got a long way to go, but you know, definitely feels good to know that, you know, I'm getting looked at.
the level of confidence that you have right now, I mean, to make the one-handed catches inside and outside like that, I mean, they didn't ask you to do that, right?
No, it's just playing ball. It's just instinct, you know, balls in the air, 2 hands, 1 hand, 2 feet, however you got to do it, just come down with it. And you know, I just happened to finish strong on those, you know, the last 2 routes.
Did you not think to put the second hand out, or you just knew you were going to get them?
It was a little out my reach, I think, with 2 hands, but I probably could have got 2 hands on it. I'm not sure. As long as I grab it. So.
What's it like being a prospect and you know, everybody's picking you apart and saying different kind of things about, oh, you need to improve route running? I mean, what's that like?
I mean, I've been doubted my whole career, so you know, I'm a walk-on. I'm not fast enough, not strong enough. Just keep it coming. It's just more motivation and you know, just brings more fuel to my fire.
What kind of feedback are you getting as far as where you might go? I mean, you're hearing third here and there, you're hearing lower. It's kind of all
I heard mid to late, but then again, I'm not one to, you know, research myself and read where I'm at, where I'm this. When the day comes, wherever I fall, as long as I get selected, you know, regardless, you still got to make a team. You still got to do the same thing first rounders, second rounders do. So not really something I tend to focus on.
So you mean you're not following the rosters like, oh, they cut this receiver, so maybe they need me or something?
Not at all, because when it's all said and done, you're only going to get chosen by one team. So, you know, whoever's interested, you know, if they come knocking on the door, I'm willing to answer it. So.
What did you do? What did you do at the combine? Do you remember what you ran? 40.
That day, I ran a 4.39 unofficial, and then it came out to like a 4.46 official time.
What did you do reps?
I did 16 reps.
You did 16 reps?
Yes,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, I guess. I'll take it.
Wish I could do it.
What are you going to do draft day? Is it going to be sitting on the phone, or are you going to try and do something
We're crossing one day at a time, one bridge at a time. So I got, you know, workouts coming within the next couple of weeks. And I'm sure I'll discuss with my family what would they like to do, because, you know, they had a large part in all this. So, you know, we'll probably end up doing something, but not really what I'm worried about right now.
Where are you going for individuals? Do you know yet?
Not exactly. I know I just have a couple set up, but like I said, one day, one workout at a time.
You relying on any former pro for advice? I mean, you ever call anybody?
I actually called Dom today before this started, asked him, you know, do they kill you in the drills and stuff? He gave me a little. He just told me how it went. It wasn't nothing real crazy. He also gave me advice before the combine, because, you know, we both the only back coming out of our program this year or whatever. So I'm basically going through all the stuff that he went through. So I usually call Don or shoot him a text and let him know what's going on. Just take his advice on what he think and what he been through.
And what kind of advice is he giving? I mean,
before it was before the combine, he was telling me, like, you know, about the questions and, you know, and different plays, stuff to look over that they would have me draw up and stuff like that. And what I would go through today with running the drills, like nonstop, no rest or whatever. That's nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? How much could he talk about? But, you know, it wasn't nothing too crazy.
You know, a lot of those times when you do the interview, I mean, they go back to like your middle school sometimes.
Yeah, they go back to your
Just-
family.
Yeah, just talk about that.
They go back to who you live with, who you grew up with, who you hang around, who would you bring with you if you know what I mean? If we gave you all this money, what would you do with it? You know, if you didn't make it, what would you do? Just to see where, you know what I mean, see where your mind at. Talk about if you graduated college, like, or will you graduate? Like, you know, your brothers, sisters, your siblings, you know, your upbringing, family members, what they've been through, what kind of town you from. I mean, you name it, they go. It's like being interrogated by FBI, man. It's crazy. They don't play when it comes to
What's the weirdest question that you ever got? Of all the questions that you've pretty much fielded.
I heard some weird questions. I don't even remember, but mine was pretty straightforward. You know what I mean, about my background. It wasn't nothing too crazy. I ain't get real crazy questions though.
How's today different from the combine as far as pressure and nerves?
I mean, I think it's a little bit more, you know, downscale from the combine because it isn't so many people and so many coaches. Like, come on, you got legendary coaches in the stands just sitting there, you know, drooling with a clock in their hand from, you know, having a few coaches and a few scouts out here. The combine is a bigger scale, and you know, it's more nerve-wracking because there's more people. But here, you know, you at home, you run all your players and everything, and so it's a little easier, more lightweight experience than the combine. But it's still want to perform well. Still got a lot of eyes on you.
You had your whole team here. How is that to have everyone cheering you on through every step of the way?
Oh yeah, it's good to have your teammates here. It's just like being in the game or being in the weight room with them because they still here, you know, cheering you on, making sure you do well. So it's good to have your teammates here. But sometimes some people get a little bit nervous when it comes to be too many eyes with all their teammates here.
How did for a couple of drills you declined? Was that just no interest in doing today?
One of the main ones was the only one I declined was the bench. I don't know if y'all know in the bowl game. I hyperextended my elbow, so they were saying, "Oh, it was in December." No, I think it was the first week of January. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So I laid off my arm for a while, and then I just now started working back. I'm not ready to make myself look bad, basically.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't been working on something, this is a situation where you train your whole life. You trained these couple months to make sure you prepare for this, and you're gonna want to come out here, you know, and kind of, you know, and do bad and make yourself look bad.
Right.
And my arm still doesn't feel 100%, so why would I hurt myself just to, you know, look a certain way?
You're going to have to do it eventually. You're going to do a private workouts maybe.
Yeah, private workouts. I'll be willing to do it. My arm should be ready by then, and you know, I probably could have, but I don't want to hurt myself. You know what I mean? It's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
So that's how me and my agent looked at it. It's not worth the risk of hurting yourself.
Where you been? Where you training?
I've been training at Bradenton. It's called Athletic Edge. It's in Bradenton, right around like Sarasota, Bradenton area. I've been out there training with a guy called Mike Goff. He had a couple players, you know, like Joseph Haddad and Amobi Okoye, I think, from Louisville, and Eugene Monroe. He trained me at Davis this year, and a couple other guys. He's a great guy. I feel like I was put in the right hands.
How'd you get a hook up on him? Your agent got in contact?
My agent,
Who's your agent?
Sonny Shaw.
Where's he out of?
He's out of New York.
Scouts like your blocking ability. So what's more fun, to lay out a blitzing linebacker or to score a touchdown?
Anybody tell you scoring a touchdown, but for me, I love contact. So I mean, I definitely like blocking. I love blocking. I enjoy it, and like for guys to block for me, so why not block for them? You know, if you get a chance to help out a teammate, I'm always willing to do it. So I never had a problem with blocking. I always like it.